we're live, but people don't know we're live because the first one didn't go live, so now we're doing it live a second time. But probably you're watching this as a recording, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yes?
I would think so.
So here it is a second time. We'll have it with as much fervor. We're here to talk about the family. The family, yes.
I am excited about
the family. Here's some of the components for the family. We're going to, in real life, we're going to show you on Tabletop Simulator all the components and how they all work. So let's push them on stage here. Oh, I want to do it this way. Yeah, there we go.
And so we are live on YouTube, Jay.
We're live. We're live. This is it. Okay, we're live and we're recording, so this is great. So let's talk about the family. Who are the family? If you recall, if you watched yesterday's video, the family, Hester was hung by this tree, and she was buried underneath it, and Emmy was born out of this hole in the tree. Great. Did we mention? We just came in here and we just started pointing at this box. This box here, which probably
like it's been there all along.
Yes, yeah. We're in Tabletop Simulator now, and we had mentioned before that we did not have the ability to do a cube tower in Tabletop Simulator. And then one of the lovely backers said, I can do it. And he made one today and gave it to us. And it works. It's wonderful. So we're going to be able to release a mod for Tabletop Simulator for other people to play very, very soon. We're just kind of cleaning it up because it's a little bit messy. We didn't really think people would be coming over to our house to play. So we didn't tidy up yet. Well, we're tidying it up now. We'll release it very, very soon. And Shad's our mastermind at that. So Hester is buried under this tree. Emmy grows up. She's not the witch reincarnated. And instead, she ends up wanting to protect the town. But the family of Hester Beck, the witch that's buried on the tree, come back to town and they want to destroy it. They want to destroy this town and start again. So that's where we start. Let's start by talking about some of the components, and we'll talk about how they move and what they do. This is the family's faction board, and we will talk about a few things here. Let's start by talking about this ability. I'm not going to go through all the different actions and how they'll work because we did that yesterday for the protectors, but it's different. So we got to talk about the different things for the family. When they take the ability mason jar, they have a bag and they get to take tokens out of the bag. How many? Well, whatever is indicated here. Currently, it's 3. So they literally are going to pull 3. 1, 2, 3. So this turn, they're moving and spawning twice. So the cool thing about the family is they have variety, but they don't have as much agency or control about what they're doing. Whereas the protectors only get to choose one thing when they take this action, but they get a lot of it. They get a lot of it. So they don't have the variety. But not only that, and so this means I'm moving once and spawning twice. So I might like move this person here, and then I would spawn twice, maybe like this. But let's just say I had another move just so I can get up here to get this. I get this token. The family, when they take tokens, they add it to all the tokens they have this pulled out of the bag, plus the ones they gathered from the board this round. And all these tokens that they have now, they have a choice to put them here on this this faction board or to put them back in their bag. So if they put it on their faction board, maybe I'll put that one, maybe I'll put 2 down. And then I'll put these 2 back in the bag. What does that do for me? Well, when you zoom in, the next round I take this mason jar for abilities, you can see that now I have 4. I get to pull 4 tokens out of the bag. If I put enough down, I can pull 5 and then 6. So this is really cool because not only do you get to pull more out of your bag, but you also, let me search inside, you get to shape what's left in your bag. You know what I mean? Oh,
that's so important. That's all I was going to say.
Yeah. This is what you start with in your bag. So it's a nice little reminder. This, by the way, is a little upgrade from the art compared to the versions that you might see in any of the previews. We realized we didn't remind players how many they start with, so we put that as a reminder. We also added another reminder on here of what to do at the end of your turn, and we're going to get to that now. At the end of any turn where and currently it's Levi, but whatever legend you're playing with as a family, currently it's Levi, is on a hex with no storm, guess what? He gets a storm. These storms are these little hexagon-shaped things that encircle, and they're really finicky in Tabletop Simulator. There we go. And I usually like to lock them down in Tabletop Simulator. Moved. And you can see that wherever they go, wherever this family member goes, this legend, you're going to create a storm every single action. And you can see there's already 2 free storms already on the board. That's pretty handy. And so why am I putting these storms down? Well, because that's how I get my points in this game. Just like before, I get points for killing my enemy. I get points if I'm on the brambles in a round, but I also get points if I can destroy Harrow County, and I do that by destroying these buildings. How do I destroy that building? Well, I need to put, not this guy, I need to put more. Oh, see, oh, hi, little child. I'm live now. I'm live talking to people. Do you want to see? Can you see? Yeah. I can't see my there he is. Okay, so everybody's looking at you now. Get out of here, quick!
Hi.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Okay. I'm just live, buddy. I need to do this. Can you go, please? And I'll be downstairs in a minute.
Bye, bud.
I think it's time for dinner. And I'll be down. I'll be down in a minute. So if you create storm paths from your home hex all the way to where one of the buildings is located.
Yes.
Boom. That is how you destroy a building.
Gone, and you get 2
points. That's right. You get 2 points for destroying that building. So, and look at that. So the protectors, they need to create a train or a chain of people, of units. And so they're really spread out. Whereas the family, they don't need to keep people if they don't want to. They can bunch up, and that means they're going to be possibly better in combat, because if you recall, in combat, I'm just on. You can take that. You have to leave, buddy. I'm doing this live stream. Children, love you, bud. Bye, everything. Love you. Okay, so that's how they do that. Okay, so let's go to the next thing. We don't have to talk about wild tokens, because that works exactly the same as we talked about yesterday. And I don't have to talk about attack, because that also works the same. But this we have to talk about. This is the Legend Mason Jar, the hand and the scroll. The hand and the scroll. So you can do them in either order. So the scroll, a little sneak peek. We got a sneak peek. There's the other side to the legend track. This is the legend track down here. And the reason why this is separate, this is a separate piece here, it's because, guys, I'm sorry, I'm just on a live stream here. Kids, can you guys go downstairs, please? I'm literally live streaming to 1 million people right now. Seriously, guys.
1 million people watching our
every. Susan, can you get the boys out of here, please? Thank you. Sorry, guys. I love you, but I just want to. People are waiting to hear this. Can you take that and go? So, this is what it's like having twin 5-year-olds. So, what does this mean? I get to do this scroll item and this hand action in either order. Let's talk about what the scroll item first. You get one free, because this is kind of showing you that there's already one there. So that means I get to place one storm on any hex with one of my units. That's why it's blue. One of my units. So and specifically one of my haints, not on Levi, because you get a free one on Levi anyway. So I get one on one of my haints. Okay, so let's put up a situation. Let's say I don't know.
Here, I'll put a home here.
Oh yeah, that's probably better. If that wasn't there, but I had a guy there,
and you got
that becomes really powerful, because now I can place a storm way up there. Boom, like this, because it's. I already got it. Yeah.
He's so fast.
Yeah. Now, what happens when I power this up? If I get more scroll tokens, now I get to pull an ability token towards that haint and that storm that I just placed. And then I get to pull one of my haints towards that storm and one of your haints towards that storm. So as I power it up, I get to move things around the board. Why is that important? Well, like in this case, if I was here, well, she wouldn't be there. If I was here and I put this storm down, I can pull an ability token. So maybe I pull that one over. And then I can also pull one of my haints. Well, first I'd pull one of your haints. One of my haints would be first, and then one of your haints. And I can pull this person off if I wanted to.
Right.
Conversely, if one of my enemy's haints was on the brambles, I could pull them off the brambles. So that can be pretty powerful. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty nice. And again, I get to do this hand as well when I take this Legend Mason Jar. So legends are really powerful. You can do 2 things: this scroll item and this. The scroll item here, this is the same no matter which legend you're playing with, but the hand item is unique per legend. So let's go through those. Levi says, move each of your hands onto a legal adjacent or off a legal adjacent that matches the terrain that Levi is on. What does that mean? Levi is currently on brown. So everybody, each of my hands can move on or off of brown. So this guy could move off of brown. This guy could move onto brown. these guys can each move off of brown, whatever we want. So I have all that.
Here you go. Guys, here on the brambles.
Just get out of my room. 1 second, guys.
And as you go through, there are lots of surprises you can do with this kind of thing. I think that's one of my favorite things about how the variety like
so funny.
From here to the brambles, you can pull a token. You can really accomplish a lot.
Yes.
With clever death by 1,000 storm cuts,
Yeah. And you're trying to get 7 points, and you're going to want to get some of those buildings destroyed with your storms to get there. So I think that is enough for chapter 1. Let's go to chapter 2. And the first thing we want to talk about chapter 2 is that we have new characters to choose from. So let's go through them. First, talk about Odessa. Odessa says that you get to take all of the strengthened cubes. It says all. See, that's a reprint. I didn't get to upload the new one yet. We get to take 3 strengthened cubes out of the ready pool, and I get to put them back into this on after any attack by me or by my opponent. I get to put them into the result. So after the cubes come out, I can see the result. You know what? I'm going to add these 3 cubes back in. So that becomes a real big threat because of the fact that you can keep those out. And once they're out, you only usually get 6 cube limit at the end of your turn, not counting these 3. So that means I can go up to 6 again here, which is wild. That's cool. Corbin says I can take one of my haints off the board and then spawn 2 more haints. Okay, so that doesn't sound too great, except the fact that sometimes you have units that aren't doing anything for you, and then I can do something with it. I can spawn wherever I need it, like obviously onto my legend or onto my home hex. So it lets me relocate them in a wild manner. And when you have Corbin, you have to play to that strength. And one of the ways you would do that is, I think, maybe not put a storm on your home hex and just kind of go off and do your own thing. And then later on, take this action and go, boom, I'm going to spawn a unit there because I can on your home hex. And then don't forget, you can do this. Put a storm on any hex with your haint. Boom. Now I get to do this way later in the turn. Go bam. And now I've connected and destroyed that building. So that's pretty cool. And Kane we just unlocked. And Kane, he's so cool.
Oh man.
And he says he gets to point to any haint on the board. And let's make it like real interesting. Like here's Levi. Maybe Levi's coming up here and he's already got a storm here. And he's trying to get over here, but now there's this unit in the way. So, and if this was Kane instead of Levi, do we have Kane handy?
Yes, I got Kane.
I got him.
Tabletop.
There he is.
Okay.
And so I want to keep going this way. So Kane's going to say, I'm going to point to this guy. I'm going to take all the cubes in here, dump them in. And if more of my blue cubes come out than him, this guy suffers from a fatal nightmare. Oh, wonderful. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the thing is, he's gone. I do not get points for that. It's not a kill. He's a fatal nightmare. But also, I don't spend any cubes. So it's a great way to get people out of your way, to thin the herd, if you will, of your opponent. So that's Kane. So those are the 4 that we have available to us. You can see that there's maybe at least one more. But for those that know the Harrow County comic book, they know that there's another one hiding in here as well that you can't kind of see. So there's maybe 2 more coming with stretch goals. Let's go to chapter 2. Chapter 2, we add cards. The cards work entirely different for the family than they do for the protectors. They are upgrade cards. So let's just draw 3 cards and see what happens here. So at the beginning of the game, we draw 3, 2, 3. Okay, cool ones. Cool ones. Cool. And let's say we're at 4, so we draw 4. Here's the thing. When you could only play cards when you take the ability Mason Jar. It's got that 1 card at the bottom. None of the other ones have a card. And the reason is because you're upgrading tokens that you pulled out of the bag, and you only pull tokens out of the bag on this action. So we pull all 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can upgrade. I have to. This would go here probably. I have a move and I have a strengthen. So a move and strengthen. So I can't do this one because I need to spend a card in order to do it. So I don't have a spawn, so I can't upgrade that one. But I could upgrade my move to a Stormwalker or to a Knitting Fate. And let's do my move to, I'm going to discard this, and then I'm going to upgrade to a Stormwalker, which is this one. So now I've got a new token. And this could go back in my bag, and every time I pull it, I get this new token. What does this token do? Stormwalker says, in either order, I get a move. So I get a move. So it's already the move. Plus, my legend and each haint can move onto one adjacent storm for free this turn. That can be really powerful because, as you know, we're making a lot of storms as we're moving around here. So I get everybody can move onto an adjacent storm for free this turn. That's really good.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Really, really good. That's really good. So that's that. Let's see some of the other ones we had. We could have chosen Knitting Fate. I get 1 strengthen. That means 1 cube. On your next attack, all your units have +1 range. And I think we've actually changed this to +2 range to make it even a bit more exciting. Place this token on the attack mason jar until you attack. So you would take this and you would put it all the way over here on your attack mason jar, like this up here. The next time you attack, you get this. It might not even be this round. It might be next round you attack. You get +2 range is what we've changed that to. That's pretty cool. And other things we have. Some are just easy ones, like change 1 spawn into a 2 spawn.
Always.
Okay. 2 strengthen. 2 move. So those are the 3 basic ones. And the last one here, this is stirring. You get a spawn, and then all your spawning this turn can be within your range away from your legend. And your range is normally 2, unless you're on a mountain, then it's 3. So then you can start kind of chucking your your spawns like halfway across the board. So imagine now upgrading this and getting a bag full of these and pulling these out. Look at your turn now.
Right.
You're getting this, and this with a power. You know what I mean? You're not just drawing 4 or 5 tokens. You're drawing like this is now 4. That's four moves or things right there. So it can start getting really, really. Once you get to chapter 2 and you get these cards with these tokens, this starts getting really exciting because in chapter 1, this becomes not as exciting as your wild token. Your wild is wild every single wild you get, and you keep getting more and more of them. Whereas this one is random, and you don't have as much control over it. So in chapter 1, this one is not as exciting as wild, but as soon as you get to chapter 2, it starts to get more and more exciting because of these cards.
Yeah.
And you can't tell yet, but you flip over the board. And when you flip over the board, now you're also getting more cards every time you commit to this board. But not only that, look at this. There's new numbers up here. 4 minus 1. I'm at 5 minus 1. That means I would actually pull 5 tokens out, and I'd have to put 1 back in. I'm like, I'll put one of those back in. I'll execute these 5. So this becomes even more mitigation, even more agency that players have to control which tokens are activating instead of just like on the other side, you're just drawing 3 or 4 or 5. So this one you're drawing, I'm still drawing 4 effectively, but I'm drawing 5 and putting 1 back in. Then I'm drawing 6, putting 2 back in. So I'm still drawing 4 here, but I have even better agency. 7 minus 3, 8 minus 4. And then I go down to 6 minus 1, but again, now I'm up to a result of 5 tokens, right? That's wild. So that is chapter 2. Oh, I should show, we got one new card. We can show Confluence because it's on the docket. It's coming up as one of the cards. So here's a sneak peek of what Confluence does. In either order, 1 spawn, and choose a hex and pull all things in that hex 1 hex closer to your legend.
Which is awesome.
That's like, so again, same thing. You could pull one of your units towards your legend. Again, you could pull one of your enemy units. That's fine. But you could pull like ability tokens if you want. You can pull, how about this? How about pull your building closer to your legend?
Building.
Oh my goodness, it gets pretty wild. Or pull this out of their way, the townsfolk out of the way that because they're ready to get it, and like now it's 1 away. You're like, son of a gun. Right. Yeah. It can be really, really tricky and funny. So that's chapter 2, and I don't have to go too much detail about chapter 3 because we learned about chapter 3 yesterday. But that's when we add the add bonus tiles. But also, just as a reminder, these buildings do not start on the board in chapter 3. Instead, they start on this board here. And at the beginning of every round, your opponent will place one of these on a matching terrain. So at the beginning, they might go, well, I'll place this over here on the field. Now I have to place one on yellow, brown, or green on the next round. So maybe I'll place it over here. So you get to have a bit more of a dynamic game because it's situational. You're going to place it in the worst spot for your opponent.
They always gets me with that. It's amazing. Always surprises me.
Yes. And so that is chapter 3. So once... And I will say that we said this is that if you're like an uber gamer, like a serious gamer, you might be able to start right at chapter 3. Yeah. There are some concepts here that it's hard to wrap your head around first time playing with the storms and and how it works. So chapter 1 still is a good chain lesson, but if you think you're an uber gamer, you might be able to start at chapter 3 and just get going right then and there. Some people were wondering in the chats of like, wait, do I have to play 3 games just to get to the real game? And I'm like, you don't have to. There's no it's called chapters, but it's not like there's memory to the game, or there's like elements that linger from one game to the next. They're all unique games. So it's all it is a way to ease you into the experience, much like we did for my management, where we had the training mission and then the full game. This one just has 2 levels of training mission because we thought it was an interesting way to kind of slowly get you in, because these cards really throw you for a loop, and they're really something to wrap your head around, let alone the fact that you have more people you can choose. For non-gamers, we found this to be very satisfying, doing these first 2 chapters, and then chapter 3 is the full game.
And you can really get a lot of good plays out of chapter 1 and 2, but I agree with Jay. You could jump in.
Yeah. So now, the last thing we want to talk about is the puzzle. Yeah. So let's talk about the puzzle, because the puzzle involves chapter 1 and about the family. And so what I want to do now is kind of go through this puzzle and help you understand the reasoning about why we what the solution is, because I want to motivate you to do this, because if enough people solve this puzzle, we will unlock a really cool thing, a flip side to the legend track for the protectors. And then the next puzzle 2 is going to be a flip side to the family. So this says the family are at 5 points and the protectors are at 6. The tokens to the right of your faction board, right down here, those ones, boop, 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 are what you have in your back. If you attack, let's assume the family have 5 cubes come out and the protectors will have 3. Okay. If the family had the last turn in this round, so this is the last turn in the round, which mason jar action could the family take to win the game? Now there are 5 and the protector is 6. Normally, because it shows all the mason jars here face up, and it says here normally 2 of these mason jars would be face down, but to make the puzzle harder, we left them all face up, so it's harder for you. And then what you're supposed to do is, once you solve it, post the image of Levi, so this guy here, because he's really good looking, on any social media platform with your answer of which mason jar you would activate, and tag Puzzles of Harrow County, and we'll unlock that in-game reward. This image can be found in a little media kit that's linked right here. And we've made a little number pad here so that if you're chatting in the comments about like your ideas and thoughts, you can use numbers of like, oh, let's move this guy from 22 to 20, whatever. Mm-hmm. So let's look at what we can do. So we need 5 to 6. So we're losing 5 to 6. This is the last turn of the entire round. Can we win this round? So we need to get 7, right?
To win, Jay.
You need to get to 7. Well, 7? If we moved Levi here, we did whatever action, move or something like that, because we have move tokens. We have some moves, so we can move here. We'd get a storm at the end of the round, and that would destroy this building, right?
Right,
Chad?
No, I don't know, Jay. There's one piece missing.
Almost got you.
It's just because we did it.
Yes, there is a storm needed on the home hex. In order to destroy a building, you might not see it because it's a bit faded. I should have had an outline on this, but there's another building here that has yet to be destroyed. This guy's continuing to go.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no! So we need a storm here. So moving Levi here is not going to help us get that. Okay. What about attack? Let's attack. We have 2 here. There's 2 here. Okay. And how many? 5 and 3. Oh, this is interesting. So when you attack, so that's within range. 5 cubes come. So I have more or the same, right? So I pay 2 cubes and kill this one and get a point. Now it's 6/6. Watch this. I still have the same or more, right? I have 3 cubes and they have 3 cubes. When you have the same or more, you can keep attacking. So I'm going to attack again. I get another point. Now I'm at 7, and the protectors are at 6, so I win the game. Pretty easy, right, Chad?
Well, Jay,
don't. What? Did I miss something?
They've got somebody on the brambles.
So
they're going to get another point, and
so we're both at 7.
They win the tie.
Why do they win the tie?
Because they've got the start player.
It's not even pictured here, but it was kind of sneaky because it says if the family had the last turn in this round, that means they're last. That means they're the second player. That means the protectors have the lantern, and that is a tiebreaker. So if the person, the player, the side, the faction that has the lantern, the first player token, gets to 7 points, the other side has to get to 8 to win.
Man,
wow! So
close. That one was really close.
So that is not that you're telling me. Okay, what about wilds?
Yeah, I like to think about wilds. Yeah.
So we have 4 now. That means we'd have 5 wilds. Let's just, can we get all the way to home? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there you go. We get all the way to home, and we would destroy this, and we get 2 points. Oh, we're in the same position though, aren't we?
Yeah.
They're still going to get this. Well, we could attack this guy. If we attack this guy, because we still get a free move. So we attack him, kill him.
Yeah.
And we get a free move.
But we only get 2 points. Or we don't. We can't get in there.
Oh, look at this. I just found another solution.
You did?
No, I didn't. Can't get there. I thought I did. The path token's over here. Can't get there.
Move the path token, Jay.
Can't get there. Let's move it. Let's move it. We can't. Nope. Yeah. You're right. I can't. He's still in there, so I can't get it. I can't get in there.
Can't get it.
So let's talk about this then. The legend ability.
Yeah.
Wow, this is good. We've got all maxed out. We got 4 scroll tokens. So we are maxed out. So what do we get to place a storm on any hex with a haint? How the heck is that going to help us? Why would I want to put one here? Or there's one here. You can hardly see it, but there's one there. Why would I want to put one there or there? That does not help me.
Right.
Oh, I got a path token, so I can move there for free. But I still don't want to put it there. I want to, right. Levi's power.
Yeah,
move
Levi's
each
power.
of your haints on or off of a legal GS hand, matching the color train he's on. He's on yellow, but he's not on yellow. Oh, but he can get onto yellow.
Right.
For free, get onto yellow. Now I activate Levi's power. Boom. He can move onto here. Because remember, he can move on or off of the yellow. So he'd be on yellow. He moves onto yellow for free because it's a path token. So the protectors left this path token, very juicy path token for him.
Thank you, protectors.
Yeah, thanks, protectors. She thought she was doing an awesome thing, getting her townsfolk home, but just left this in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
Now free there, I get there, and then boom, I place a storm. That's great, but that still only gives me 2 points.
Yeah, I got 7 now. How do we get?
We got these. We got all 3 of these. I get to pull an ability token. That does nothing. Pull one of my tokens. That does nothing but pull one of my enemy tokens. Boom. Pull this token off towards the storm.
Yes.
And they're stuck at 6 points, and we've got 7. There it is. So there's your answer. If you post this picture of Levi, which you can find here on the puzzle page, on any social media and tag Puzzle Harrow County and just say, the answer is legend, the legend mason jar. That is the answer. Then if enough people do that, we're going to unlock it. Now, currently that number is set really high. We've reassessed based on the engagement. We want people to be engaged with this, and it seems daunting that number is so high. So we're going to lower that drastically to make that more achievable, because we not only want to get the second one upgrade unlocked, which is of course the family back of the legend track, which drastically increases the replay value for the entire game. The fact that you have a whole new legend track, it changes your strategy and how you play. Can't wait to show you more on how those work. What else was I going to say? Something else. There was this and that. Unlocks that.
Unlocks that.
The third one is something really cool that we want to show you. That is, I really, really want to happen, and everyone's going to go, yes.
Yes.
So it's going to be cool. So that's it. That's the family. So we did the family. Tomorrow we have Cammy coming up as a video, and also a playthrough that's pre-recorded from Foster the Meeple. The lovely duo of Jamie and Jeff are going to do a playthrough of Cammy. So tomorrow is like Cammy Day. So it's going to be wonderful. Thanks so much for tuning in. Shad, any last words?
I'm just so pleased I got to do this with you guys, and I can't wait to jump on any other ones I can. And I'm going to work really hard to get that tabletop simulator ready for people to play, because I want to see what people do. Yeah, thank you, Jay. A great puzzle.
Yeah.